I'm checking my blind spot before I pull out.
It's nice you got the blinker on in there.
Thanks. I like to be safe. Safety first. It's already scary enough when you ride with me. Right? I'm surprised at how different it is like when I touch on the brake.
Yeah, they work. Yeah, there's a request for some speed bumps earlier today.
Oh, it can be dangerous.
Can be.
Please drive slowly when in this parking lot for the safety of the staff.
So today we're driving a 2015 Chevy Silverado half-ton crew cab. 31,000 miles on it.
It's a truck.
I consider it a pickup. I use it for hauling my kids around and hauling big stuff in the box or the bed of the pickup. So that was a nice little step to get into the box of the pickup.
What did you think about that Marshmallow Design Challenge that had been taking place at Eden Lake Elementary?
I thought it was really cool and exciting to be part of those conversations when teachers were reflecting on the process that they went through with their students, and just looking through the media albums in Schoology, you could see students were engaged, they were smiling, working together. The 4 C's really came into play, and I heard that through the conversations that the staff were having on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning last week. And it didn't take much planning. I mean, was there 3 or 4 materials that they needed: tape, string, marshmallow, and spaghetti, and then it was just facilitate and watch the magic happen. So what about yourself?
Well, I agree. Like being in those classrooms and watching those kids just get so, I mean, they were hooked from the beginning. Like, do we get to use those things? Like, what are we going to do today? Right? They got excited and they were very, very curious about their learning. And then just to watch them work through the process of this is your task and, good luck, basically. And watching them in that iterative process of trying to figure out what they were going to build, listening, or in some cases not listening to one another. You could just see the little light bulbs in their heads, right, as they were trying to critically think about how to solve that problem. And I just think that's really great. So I got really excited about it, and it was fun to see. The teachers seem to really embrace that.
I think, thinking of our rigor and authenticity framework that we've been using a lot in Eden Prairie schools.
Okay, that's interesting stuff, guys. Do you think maybe we could take a little closer look at that rigor authenticity framework that you guys are referring to? Because I don't think I know it as well as you guys.
Sure.
So when you guys were talking about the Marshmallow Challenge, you kept referring to these quadrants. What exactly were you talking about?
So this is the Rigor Authenticity Framework, and we've just had, well, whenever we're going in coaches and cars, we're going to Future Forward, and we've been talking about these different quadrants, and I think it ties nicely into like what we value in the classroom. So when we did the Marshmallow Challenge, or when I see the Marshmallow Challenge, we were talking about how we think that the kids are operating in quadrants B, C, and D. Which is really where we want our kids to be when we talk about increasing rigor and increasing authenticity. So in B, right, when they were dealing with communication and collaboration, those are real-world applications of personal skills that they need, and that goes into quadrant D as well. And what about other things?
Quadrant C, when they were, like Lori referenced earlier, building their prototypes and communicating and thinking critically about how they're going to create their freestanding structure, really gets into quadrant C. And I just thought all 3 of those quadrants worked really well together with the Marshmallow Challenge.
Yeah, and it wasn't about, delivering knowledge or, having something. They had a real world challenge or a performance task that would get them to what they needed to have done or not. And that's okay. As they needed information, if we could give that to them, we would. But we didn't necessarily have to start with setting up that knowledge base, except for here's the materials and you can't have any more.
And it wasn't a lot of recall and completing this assignment and grading it, but teachers were able to assess their students through observation and questioning and still reach those 3 quadrants.
Right. And even if their structure didn't stand, they were still really able to move up the rigor area, right? Because you could actually see the critical thinking going on even when they weren't successful, which was really awesome, and that communication. So I'm just excited for having more opportunities like this to move our kids even more into quadrants B, C, and D.
And I was excited when our staff did it before we completed the task with our students, that the staff were able to go through this same process and experience what the students would experience. So.
Totally, yeah, it totally helps to have this visual, and I, as a visual learner, now I can totally see myself being able to plan more of these types of projects as I see this, and how excited you guys are talking about it. It's cool to put it all together like that.
Prototyping, kind of, and that rated it that how do you say that?
What?
That somebody help me. That process, where you're making prototypes. Oh, for God's sake.
Following you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the iterative.
Thank you! Iterative process, right? Where they were just testing to see if things were working or not. And that critical thinking that was going on. Oh my God. Can we please start again? Please. Please, stop that.